Things have been cold. It's been getting really cold, unpleasantly so, at Kayden's Fist. Uh, Finbar's largesse has became timely as it became clear to everyone that had it not been for the sudden injection of labor and energy in producing more housing, the winter would have come on a little more abruptly and a little more painfully than everyone had prepared for. So, good on Finbar. The weather has turned decisively towards the lousy, and the indoor fires, have been turned decisively on. They will not be allowed to go out until the coming of spring and the end of Darkentide. For Darkentide is already approaching, and they can feel its shadow upon you. Indeed, your adventuring career will soon have to go on hiatus, unless you commit yourselves entirely to dwelling in the underworld. And even then, frankly, this lifestyle is the sort of thing that you can take a break from. And some of you have summer homes to get to. Or winter homes, rather. Now, before we go too crazy, let's see. I finally remembered to do some prep for Magnus's various financial interventions. And he has garnered some useful intelligence as a result of the informal informant network that he has been arranging with his bribes. I can't remember the fancy name for it. I'll come back to that later. But
Okay.
long and short of it is that he is confident that there have been some careful attempts by the powers of darkness to attempt to establish cults under the very nose of Kayden's Fist, within Krogvale and along the Red Quay. But thus far, they have not found serious purchase. In part because, well, frankly, you guys have been doing pretty good for this town. You're a pretty strong symbol of law, and in the place where law holds no sway, Krogvale, the powers of darkness represented by the cults found in Rappan Athuk and beyond don't have a very competitive bid. There are much more venal and profitable forms of corruptitude, than they are presently able or willing or able to offer from their lair deep in chaos. But you suspect that over the winter you may have some opportunities to intercept and purge some of their agents.
Oh, let the purging begin.
I figured you would like that.
Larkin can surely. I know he's neutral now and everything, but he should be able to get on board with arranging some. Okay, all right. So is that adventure time, or is that like another thing I can do?
We'll come back to that. It'll probably be some adventuring that you guys will be able to handle. One of the advantages, you know that there are paths to and from Rappan Athuk in the underworld, and that via those paths it is possible to come near to Zelkor's Ferry, even in the pits of Darkentide. You also know, or most of you know, actually I'm not sure if any of you were there for that, but last winter, tremendous amounts of damage were caused by Yeti infestations. And it's entirely possible that... Yes, Magnus was there. It's entirely possible that whatever agents they send will be eaten by Yetis, saving you the effort. But that is a problem for later.
I'll tell you the danger we need to watch out for.
Eaten by locals.
The danger we need to watch out for is somebody trying to create a new route to the underworld in Kayden's Rest.
We know of one, or no, not to the underworld, to the other, right?
I don't know of any consistent door to the
Ullman.
other. Oh well.
Ullman has a door to the underworld?
I don't know. Well, Magnus falls silent.
Sorry, I misspoke.
He remains silent on the topic.
A hush falls over the team. Old weird memories.
Listen, there are other
I was
things to
talking out
worry
of
about.
character.
Oh.
Okay.
Anyway, remind me who is the caller's name. If I remember correctly, it's AJ? Is that right?
C.
It is AJ. Alrighty. What's the plan? What are we doing today?
I posted it in chat.
Cracking it
So
open? Staring at it with my eyes?
the plan. I need to actually expand. It's not letting me go to it. All right, there we go.
Alright, I see it. Oh, you may put up a nice little document.
Yeah.
Okay. How to cleanse the altar. Any objection to these questions, by the way? They seem pretty innocuous, but I figured I'd check.
I thought we could probably.
They're not. I didn't
numbers.
like word them. Yeah. These are just like vague ideas of questions. But yeah.
I do like the if we can seize control of the invisible enemies. That would be kind of a cool something neat. But as it stands, we might want to consult the Otherworld Priorities document or the Rappan Athuk Priorities document and see if there's something else we want to use. Just looking at it now. Also, I just looked at the. So it's a wizardry book. Druids do get a level 2 spell slot at level 2.
Oh yeah, because their first level spells are lame, and their second
The
level
first
spells are
level
not
spells
that much better.
suck. I do.
Wait, they get a higher level, or just more spell slots in the level they already had? Because that part's
I
pretty normal
get
for
I get
spellcasters.
an extra level 1 spell slot and a level 2 spell slot at level 2.
Oh, fancy.
They're Richard's right. They're not amazing, but I do like speak with animals. That's probably what I'm going to prepare for the most
It's a
part.
great trick.
I'm not losing another horse.
That's a lifesaver.
It's a horse saver, let me tell you.
Hmm.
Gotta run out of My Little Ponies.
Real. There's only like 40 of them.
All right,
yeah,
I am ready to answer questions at will, or rather, Bloombad is.
So I think we'll keep the first two questions. The third question we can replace with something more targeted towards our priorities. Is there anything that anyone can think of that we need to ask for the winter? Or like, is there any planning that needs some sort of forewarning or something?
How would you phrase that?
It sounded like, I mean, Richard, are you setting things up basically for us to do the season flip that Ross used to do? Or
I'm trying to remember how that worked, where we would just sort of
Tell
jump
us
straight, or we'd sort of do a time skip and
Just-
just skip over winter.
Add 180 days, which we would do like around now at Samrad, like around Halloween. You would just flip and do 180 days, and it goes into March or wherever it is. And then when you get back to Samrad again, you flip again.
This brings up a question. Are the fairies going to have a festival again this year?
It's a good question.
Potentially concerning.
It's a divination question. Go. No, I'm kidding.
Well, actually, it's not a bad one. If so, it would be around, I think it was October 31st last time.
Okay. We can
but it
give
also
Richard some
requires-
time to think on that.
Yeah, well, anyway, just a thought. It certainly promises to be a good time, and I've used up all my... I still have a fairy kiss to use up, but...
Well, last year, so this is the third year. We'll be coming up on the fourth year of the campaign at the end of this season, if you will. The first year, we did the 180-day flip, and we did a linear story-style scenario adventure, which I think is a low point, in my opinion, but that didn't work well. And then then the second year, I was like, no, we're going to stick to 1-for-1, and then we just kept the winter. And the second year, they got lost in Rappan Athuk, and they got stuck, and they couldn't escape. And even if they came above ground, there was nowhere to go, because the winter is so bad here that you'll just die. So the second year, we were like, okay, that's pretty fearsome. It did kind of give this situation where essentially if you wanted to continue the campaign, you had to just stay underground because you couldn't. I'm trying to remember one of those video games where if you steer too far off the edge of the map into the darkness, all of a sudden things come out. I can't remember. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Probably
In
lots of
Jack
games.
and Daxter, if you swim too far, a big fish will come and eat you.
That's like Dark and Tide in Otherworld is like all of a sudden you're in the dark and things start coming
Back
out.
in the hole.
Yeah, get back in the hole. That's exactly right.
Miserable out there.
Some other general questions we can ask. We can ask if the Lady of Wolves is able to enchant those quills from the hedge maze. We could
already have
ask...
confirmation on that from Ullman.
Okay. There's the crevasse near the Beg Lake. We could ask what resides within. We could. I don't know if there's any questions about the purple worm. We could ask, like, when does it travel away? When is it safe to visit that area?
Hey, what if we had a metaphorical key to get that staff of power? Speaking of the purple worm, like Magnus is not close to being able to dispel magic yet, right? That's huge. You can't. You can't.
Theoretically, if I found the spell somewhere, I am.
Well, there.
3,100 experience points or so away from that dream.
That's not bad. That's 3 hordes or about 2 months of gameplay. So, finding dispel magic suddenly would make Magnus into, like, now all of a sudden we can just, like, get the staff of power and we can do all kinds of things we couldn't do before.
Spell magic could be crazy. Just like all the sorts of ancient, powerful enchantments, and just like, nope, bye.
Yeah.
Having said that, there's a bunch more level 3 and level 2 spells come to that Magnus could still come across that would help us, or he could start researching something if people like wanted a spell to order. That could be what Magnus does with his time during the winter, and I could just spend a pile of gold on it. Anyway, that's it.
I do want to kind of get us going. We're almost at half after.
Sure.
There was talk of there being people trying to set up cults and stuff like that around Kayden's arrest. That could also be a very valid third question as well. Something digging into that. How do y'all feel about that, real quick?
I love it.
Okay, so we'll go with that.
But what about going back to the monastery to actually search the room for like secrets and stuff like that?
Well, we had already had a commune question about that last time that told us where stuff was, and we got that stuff. So I think we can go there this time and physically search, and then if we want to, we can ask another commune if there's any other hidden spot.
I had forgotten about the commune.
Yeah.
From before, so I'm satisfied. Maybe we can go back after all.
Okay, so yeah, first question: by what means can the altar be safely cleansed? Question 2: by what means the what's the word? The corrupted altar, whatever that's at the monastery?
The one that we encountered last session, or the one where we encountered NGSP?
Not the NGSP one, though I suspect it's going to be the same way to deal with it, which would require Father Bloombad.
And of course, we encountered last session, we were told specifically not to cleanse it.
Yeah, because it's like it would spell doom or something. It's dangerous to do so. So asking how to do it safely is why. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then second question. By what means could we seize control of the elementals and turn them to our will? Question 3. Where those that wish to infiltrate and corrupt Kayden's rest, where can we best strike at that choking vine that is their influence?
All right. You bring these matters to Father Bloombad's attention, and he makes his inquiries. For the first one, the answer is simple, as you've hoped. He says that he's going to come along with you and dispel the evil on the. He's going to come with you and dispel the evil on the thing. The rest of what he learned from it, he doesn't wish to get into. But long story short, that will get rid of it. The second question. What was the second question again?
By what means could we
Right.
control the elementals?
All right. Father Wilmeg gets an answer from that, and he bluntly tells you, it's not something you can do. It's not something you should do.
Okay.
You should either leave them alone or remove them from this world. They don't belong here.
Noted. And then, third
The last one, he says he has some names to speak to. He will be making some inquiries when we return, and he will be passing the information to you as soon as he gets it. Which is to say, I have to think of a good plot hook. We'll come back to that.
I mean, he's well positioned to be able to start things. So
yes, he's not thrilled to learn about cults popping up in his area either.
Yeah.
Just squishing this is his job.
Okay. So we have our questions. So all right. Sorry. Next step of order. Are we able to rally or secure a force of people to man this monastery? How many would that be? How much would that cost? Are there any willing people?
If you can verify that yes, there are. If you can verify that the area immediately surrounding the monastery is safe-ish, you can find a couple dozen people who are willing to take up spear and prayer book and just sort of hold the fort down for a while.
Okay, so we're not bringing anyone with us this time, but we can secure the area and then have them go later.
Right. You guys are the tip of the spear, but you have a back of the spear behind you who's willing to settle in and maintain the spot.
Okay, then only thing left is to go there.
Yeah, there'll be some. We'll send a couple guys along with you to take notes on the region and to observe.
Okay.
Yes, make up a couple of NPCs for me, and then while that is happening, I will prepare for the landing. Travel music time. Getting my fuzzy little brain in the right spot. Oh, thank you, Maestra.
Get ready for bed.
You know what I think would be a good NPC name?
What?
Miami Heat.
Finbar is struck with a sudden stomach pain as something he ate disagrees with him, and he is confined to quarters for the entirety of the trip. But fortunately, he recovers from his miserable ordeal just in time to go adventuring. Why, oh why, was I forsaken, he wonders. What did I do to deserve this fate? Okay. You depart. The sky is slate gray above you, and the sky casts no shadows, even the noon of day. Around you, the sky is a single sheet of dim light, the sun completely obfuscated behind a cascade of clouds. The river waters, though they flow swiftly, flow so smoothly that they seem as though you are floating along a pane of glass. Your journey is smooth and quick and clean. You arrive late the next day. The the cloister, such as it is. I have to move everyone back outside again. Whoop. Whoop. Now that's a question. Who is coming? Just everybody?
Is anyone leaving anybody?
I'm going to leave Sister Miriam.
Okay.
Just bringing myself as per norm.
Did Belleric depart our service?
No, he's still... actually, yeah, he probably did. He is hanging back for now, considering his career at the moment. And I apologize, I don't think I've made a proper token for Forbert yet. It hadn't occurred to me to do so, fool that I am.
Is Monacan coming?
Monacan is not coming.
Yes,
All right. I guess. Yeah. Go ahead, AJ.
No, you're good. Niesel will stay with the boat and with the people that are here to survey the area.
I'm just renaming the Glorpert to Florpert on this sheet briefly.
Nice.
We'll do that for now. Easily fixed. The time is 6 in the evening. The weather's no better today. In fact, it's a little colder, if anything. Those of you from warmer climes are probably considering returning to them. Let me get everyone backing away. Now, when you left, did you leave via the front door? Because you would have been in a position to easily just toss it open and depart.
The same way we came in, I believe, right? Because we basically came in, took that left door, chaos, then right back out the way we came. Well, we searched around, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. I guess let me try something new. I am going to simplify things a little bit. I have made a new token, which just represents the party and their general facing. So we can use this as a stand-in for the party most of the time, and if we need to embiggen things or shrinky things, we can do so.
You said embiggen.
It's a perfectly cromulent word.
Yeah, it's great. Can I bring Dobby and Lay of Stun?
You may bring anyone you want. I will not stop you.
Whipped up some NPC names.
Whipped.
Edith
All
is
right.
going to prepare Speak with Animals, Detect Snares and Pits, and Fairy Fire.
As we get closer, Moore will go ahead and cast Mirror Image, and Onan will go ahead and cast Detect Evil and Protection from Evil.
Alright. How many hit points did Florpert have again?
I think
Lord.
4.
Oh, Florpert. Sorry,
Florpert.
that Lord of the family. Yes, he has 2.
Okay.
Oh wow, I was overestimating.
Okay.
What does he do for a living?
Whatever he can. His
Pri-
best.
Private equity.
Oh,
He's apparently something called a carrier.
He's in consulting. Waste management.
Okay.
Dobby's gonna cast Bless because it lasts an hour. So go ahead.
Thou art blessed, and you can feel the weight of that divine protection settling over your shoulders as you prepare to approach. Are you going to take the same path as last time, over the wall?
I see no reason not to. Do we want to try the front door? Are we slow,
kind of
smooth,
cleared
check
it
the
out
crowd
last
and
time,
everything?
right? So we could just
Yeah.
bust
I was
in.
trying
I mean,
to-
we know what's back there.
I was trying to tally, and I think we hit about everyone, but I'm not 100% confident on that. So, and it's been a week, so.
And of course, we know that there's no windows, so we can't really scout it out in any meaningful capacity.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of math the light was doing last week, because there was... I don't know where he got the 13 people number from, because there was either a great many more or a great number fewer than 13 bad guys there.
It was like right around that.
Well, there was
It just
8
felt like a
of
lot.
the zombies, and then 4 of like the smaller cultists, and I think 3 of the scarier cultists.
Were
Not
there
to mention
8
the
zombies?
frog.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
that
there's
many
2 sets.
zombies.
There's 2 sets of 4. There's one in this room here. There's a set of 4 there, and then a set of 4 here.
The light counts in mysterious ways.
That's apparently.
Yeah, I thought there was only 2 in the first room. I don't
I was just
remember,
not
but
seeing
yeah.
the vision, I guess.
It was a
Here's my
baker's
thinking
dozen.
about why busting down the front door might make the most sense. and that
Yeah.
is that it might provide us the most effective and rapid escape route if we got to run.
Um, yes, it's
last-
also
You
the
last
have
week it didn't
actually
really,
a
like,
more interesting
matter.
problem, which is that as you
Didn't-
approach, you notice that the front door is ajar,
Oh, there you go.
very slightly. It was left open and then swung shut again, rather than it is clearly no longer sealed.
Wait, Richard, what is it? A door or a jar? Come on now.
I was thinking of how to make that joke. I climb into the jar.
Just hang a
Um,
second. I'm doing more horrible things to Finbar with my mind. Oh no, he's got a callus under his foot. Oh, it's giving him a foot ulcer. Oh.
I cast socks down in shoes.
Ooh.
all right.
Okay,
So
okay.
we will take the door steadily and cautiously.
Okay. The party approaches in a neat cluster. My movement of them vastly eased by glomming them all into one big token. And you discover that within, no light illuminates these halls any longer. I assume you guys brought some form of light?
I don't
Spirit.
know that I can see this token.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot to give it vision. I'm an idiot. Okay,
Magnus
I didn't
has
give
his-
anyone ownership of it. So hang on a second. All players, owner, save changes. Everyone can see through it.
Great start.
There we go. And now you can see.
Ooh. It's a big token.
Yes. Well, there's like 8 of you.
Hang on, I'm
No,
gonna
there's-
refresh my page.
There's way more than actually. There's a lot of
How
you.
else are there?
It's a good question.
Got a few.
Let me check NPC retainers. I should check this here. Pradari's bringing everybody. Ulfkel's bringing
Niesel's
Dobby.
staying on the ship.
Okay. Niesel's staying on the ship. Magnus isn't bringing anyone. Ulfkel, are you leaving Lofstan or are you taking him with you?
We're gonna bring with because we don't have Monacan.
True. Monacan's staying, Balaric is staying, Edith is with, and Mira's behind. Alright. In that case, we've got Edith, Yoanin, Pasling, Moore, Lofstan, Dobby, plus you've got 2 civilian consultants who are trailing along behind you, reviewing, taking note of the area for a potential garrison of this place later. Though they are here in a strictly observational capacity.
Pasling and Owenin are on guard detail for Father Bloombad.
Alrighty. Yes, that is true. Bloombad is here. One of you guys, I assume, is carrying a torch or lantern.
Yes.
Okay.
Gold Spear also is lighting the way.
I will give this thing appropriate lighting. Here we are. This place is long dimmed. You haven't returned here for a week, and it looks like no one else has either. The whole area reeks of old blood and decay. The residue of your battle was mighty, but most of it seems to have been cleared away. No bodies remain here, including the ones you left behind. Indeed, trails, what looks like a few smears of dried blood have been dragged past the altar and past what you can see as, in this area, curtains draped from the ceiling, concealing passageways. Father Bloombad approaches the altar, and then past the altar to the statue.
Does Detect Evil pick anything from any other directions other than the altar?
Oh, okay, from other directions. Not really. Well, that's not entirely true. This whole place gives off a bad vibe. You feel unwelcome here. But that changes once Father Bloombad lifts his hand and sprinkles holy water from a censer onto the statue, which causes a dramatic reaction. The water incandesces where it touches the great brassy statue. Am I correctly remembering the substance of the statue? Yes, the great brassy statue. And there is a sound like a deep, agonized ribbit like a tremendous deep sea creature buried low beneath the swamp, giving an unpleasant rumble. The entire place vibrates almost imperceptibly, and a blast of fire washes back up from the creature as it suddenly blazes with a green radiance, sickly and unclean, in defiance of the light, which flashes back across Father Bloombad. He staggers back, raises his hand again, and the statue boils away into nothing, collapsing into slag on the earth, and a great weight seems to lift from the place. Father Bloombad drops to one knee, exhausted for the moment.
Pasling and Onan will tend him.
Incredible.
You experience a great disturbance.
We've all observed it.
I mean, Bloombad, something not present.
What are you fawning over me for? There's much work to be done here. These tombs, this place is no doubt festering with unclean tombs and evil powers, which you, as the Fists of Kayden, have a responsibility to smite. Someday I will join you in the field again, but now I must muster my strength. Go forth. My work here is done for now. I trust that you will return.
He didn't even
Thank
leave
you.
any snakes. No, I'm kidding.
Snakes are sometimes food.
All right. That is the most important part of our job here. All right.
Can't see
As
it.
commanded, we better go deeper.
I had to move my token forward a bit in order to get visibility of the big token to then select
Oh,
it.
that's my bad. Hang on a minute. I know what the problem is. You guys are outside the map, technically. So how about now?
No, I'm sorry. I don't think I can see the big token at all. Like, it's just not even an option. I can't select it. I don't see it.
Okay, can you see it, like... Can you see it from your current token? Like, do
No.
you see it here?
I think it just says front. Dang.
Oh, it is that. I'm sorry. That big thing is the. I'm
Big
sorry.
square that's
Yeah,
I-
that's it.
My bad. My bad. My bad. I see it. I see it.
Okay. So, he could see it.
But I did not see it
lame.
before, and also I don't
It was
understand
so
that.
lame that he didn't... Yeah, it was just so lame that he didn't know, couldn't
Well,
parse what he was looking at.
I have Bloombads up over here because I'm multi-boxing right now, and I could see it on it, but I couldn't. Whatever. I don't know what's going on.
Let's see.
The machine spirits.
Configure ownership.
Ross's ancient enemy.
All of you guys are marked as its owner.
Tail scale.
It does have... It is set to have vision. You should be able to see through it, and if you can't see through it, it may be that you have your token selected, because when you have a token selected, you can only see through the tokens you have selected. So make sure to unselect any tokens you have.
You have to click and drag to unselect, remember?
Or you can just hit... Okay, does that work? Yeah, you can just hit escape a couple times, and it'll eventually disconnect you.
All right, what do we got in here? Yeehaw.
Alrighty. Yeehaw indeed. This place looks more or less destroyed. You already plundered all the really good stuff on your way out of here, and honestly, the valuable stuff was so consumed with evil that you couldn't meaningfully do anything with it. There are a few exits from here, however. There is a curtain blocking the way to the north, two curtains blocking ways to the east, and the swaying doorway to the south.
You said it looked like the bodies have been dragged. Can we discern a direction that bodies have been dragged to?
Yes, they have been dragged to the east.
Okay. Are those doors stakeable?
No, they are not doors at all, because they are just curtains.
So Glorpert is gone.
Correct.
We would have brought him back with
We would have
us.
brought back the chunks that were left.
Oh yeah, no, you
Yeah.
guys brought back the Florpert residue.
So
Sorry,
the
Glorpert residue.
Sword of Sarachek was brought back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys had local dominance over the area. I assumed you guys picked up, your carcasses and left. If they had fled from the enemy while Glorpert was dead, and the enemy was still standing, it would be a different story. But there was no one there to contest their control over the battlefield,
Yeah,
so they could
we were
recover
hurried
assets.
out of character due to lack of time, but in character we had time to pick it over
Yes,
a little bit.
we even looted the place after.
Yeah.
I was already keeping you guys late. Didn't want to
All right.
punish you for my own pacing issues.
Could we have one of the light-footed characters peer through the door to the south?
I'll do it. I got no. My feet are so light I don't even have them.
I was saying like someone that has the ability, like an actual hide roll.
Oh,
Oh, layoff stun?
Sure.
Okay. Wolfston stalks forward into the dark. He returns shortly. It is now 6:10. He looks to the party and says, "As far as I can tell, the coast is clear. Just this place is still all as banged up as it was when we left it."
Okay. I'm thinking we should divide into two groups and press through both these eastern doors at the same time.
lead the party. Bold.
I mean, we're gonna be standing, you know, within
Okay.
sight of each other. But,
Yeah, it's not that far apart.
All right.
Dungeons can be
Right.
big, but this one's not that big.
a pincer is an effective strategy. So I'm thinking, and that it would prevent escape.
Does that mean we should arrange our characters on the map?
Don't worry about it. So what I'm actually, let me cover this ahead of time. So my intent with this PC party token is that it represents you guys in your facing,
Mm-hmm.
like in your marching order. And if someone is not in the marching order, then I put their token down to represent where they are. So everyone's token is either in the marching order with the PC party token, or somewhere else, in which case I'll specify that. But if you want to specify your location in the marching order, go to the marching order thing and check it out. And with that in mind, I will hang on a second and make sure this screen is shown in navigation so that you can go there. Wait. So it's shown in navigation to all players so that you can go there and back again.
I mentioned in the Discord, AJ, but yeah, don't forget to take out your dudes.
Alrighty. You guys breach east?
We do.
Alright. You pass through the curtains into a small antechamber, which is empty. This barren room has a long wooden table and 16 wooden stools. There are some wooden bowls here left in residue that have begun to mold pungently as they've lain neglected. One of the stools has fallen over. To the north, you see a passageway that ends abruptly, and you can see that it turns to the left, indicating a stairwell going down. One moment. The blood streaks continue down that path. There's also a doorway to the east, which looks like it will lead back into the courtyard outside.
I switched over to marching order real quick, and I can't see the token anymore.
If you click off, it'll show you all the available tokens, including all of our random ones over on this side. So if you click and drag off, and it should also show you.
I can see the tokens over here, but I can't see the big one.
Oh, okay.
And even if you disconnect?
Take them.
Like if I log out?
No, sorry. Even if you unselect your current tokens?
Yes. Token controls.
Maybe if you just click and drag over where you know the token is over here.
This is just friendly.
Okay, yeah, click and drag and did it. Click and drag and did it.
All right, that's odd though,
Okay.
because you should be able to see through it all the time. Whatever, I'll fix that later. For now, it's working-ish.
Okay. So the southern room's clear. There's a whole courtyard that we don't need to worry. Or no, not courtyard. Is that courtyard? Yeah, that's courtyard. Okay, we'll worry about that later. So north. Let's follow the blood. Boop boop.
I'm gonna shrink this down a little bit because it's getting a little unwieldy. Token appearance. It is indeed a stairwell going down. into dank and stony corridors. At the limit of your vision, you can see... What can you see? It looks like the hallway descends at a roughly... The stairway descends at a roughly 45-degree angle for about 40 feet. Past that, you can see what looks like the very beginning of a T intersection, so that you can turn to the left or to the right from there.
Let's move back. Let's finish checking this floor first.
Alright.
If someone could like just post in the door and yell and run at the first sight of anything.
Sure. Which one of your guys do you want to post there?
Owen will. He has protection from evil going right now.
Works for me. The Owen stands guard with a torch,
okay.
so that he can actually freaking see. Where do you wish to go next? It is now 6:20.
Let's clear the northern area. Oops, I just over here.
The doorway north is wood reinforced with iron, but only lightly reinforced. Easily breached with violence if it came to that. But you don't think you'll have to. It doesn't look locked.
Is this a door we interacted with last time?
No.
Are y'all comfortable waiting long enough to check for traps?
Seems reasonable.
Always.
Let's do it.
Wait. No, I got this completely wrong. I apologize. This is not a wooden door with an iron banding at all. This is a curtain. I already said that. I
Curtain.
just forgot what I
Yeah,
said.
okay. I couldn't remember if the curtain was north or south.
Yep.
Okay, curtain. Okay. We checked the curtain for traps. No, I'm kidding.
You briefly check the curtain for traps and can determine that there is not, for example, a slime mold rigged to collapse through the first person to go through it and unleash a tide of spores or other horrific creative things I might otherwise have imagined.
Okay. Predarius
That's
steps through.
you.
The curtain begins strangling him.
That's a future problem.
It's like that scene in Doctor Strange.
The passageway north extends about 50 feet. This place has stifling dead air. It feels like you're inside something's mouth. There's no oxygen. It's not that there's no oxygen here, but you can definitely feel the buildup of other people's exhalations over the course of weeks.
It's like dead still air.
Unusual that a curtain would block the airflow as such. There, of course,
I
also-
mean, all senses. Let's look at the walls, the roof, looking for signs of traps. Cobbles, a 10-foot pole comes out.
You advance with caution, perusing as you go, moving at the exceptionally sedate pace of seasoned adventurers who have learned not to trust anything they can step on. Fortunately, the terrain seems conducive to safety. The walls are solid stone, mortared close together, close-fitting. The floors are slabs of slate, mortared close together. The floor is flat and impassive, lacking any complexities that could, from which a mechanism or curse could be bestowed. The roof over your head is a rough semicircular arch of cobblestones. With
Bill admires this, yes.
Yes, no, it's fairly good work. It's clear that this thing was actually no. Ulfkill's a mason, so he'd notice a couple things. First off, this place is old. This place is extremely old. The floor is worn smooth and seamless by the passage of feet over longer than makes sense to him. The stone shouldn't start to look liquid and soft as it's been rubbed into submission by who knows how many footfalls. There are spots on the wall at about hand height that have been worn mirror smooth by the passage of hands over millennia. Spots where the stone is so polished that there can be no moss there because it has no handholds to cling to. The place is really old, uncomfortably old. But it's not trapped. It's just dank and ancient.
This will be a good base, solid bones on the place.
Very solid. Though getting any kind of ventilation is going to be tricky here because you seem to be dealing with tremendously thick walls of solid stone.
These are really thick. Talking 10 feet thick.
Yeah. Now the area ahead of you, now these are actual doors made of wood, purely of wood, not reinforced with iron, but rather reinforced with orthogonal bands of wooden planking, held together with pegs, and the pegs held together with smaller pegs to bind them ad infinitum.
Left or
Two
right?
doors.
I'm sorry, did I cut you off, Richard?
No. Left or right is fine.
Which are y'all feeling?
I vote left.
Okay, we'll do left.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did we leave Niesel or
Owen and yeah,
right upstairs?
I keep still looking at Owen and I'm like, should I send someone else?
Well, I'm thinking this connects to where he's at, so that's just a thought.
Well, that went down,
No,
and
that
there
went
was no
down.
other way. I will send Pasling to go reinforce Owen in.
All right, I will bear
So they
that in
both
mind
stay
in the
there?
future.
Okay.
Okay, you preach to the north. It is a fairly simple dormitory. There are simple straw beds here, 6 per room. There don't appear to be any other furnishings aside from the ancient beds. The beds are of solid construction, but there's nothing valuable about the wood, and the mattresses are straw. This place smells of men and swamp water.
We'll mark this down to thoroughly sift through the hay bedding later, but for now we'll just move on.
Okay.
Any opposition?
Seems reasonable.
All right. The southern door.
All right. Whoop. Having too much fun spinning that thing. This door is similar. Has another 6 beds. A slightly more pungent stink than the one to the north. Gross mammal smells.
How spatially aware are we? That is a really let me just ask the direct question. Are we able to get a sense of space well enough to know that there is a
Yes.
Okay. Can we check for hidden doors?
Go for it. You want to spend 10 minutes on that?
Yeah.
Okay. It should now be 6:30, so it'll be 6:40 by the time you finish searching for secret doors. And how many people are in the party? Let's see. It's you. There's 6 of you plus the 4 of your retainers who aren't here, so that's 10d6. Let's just roll that in discretion. Private GM roll. 10d6. That didn't work at all. Okay, I don't think you guys can see that.
Nope. Question mark,
Okay.
question mark, question mark.
You spend some time perusing, carefully exploring the southern face, and come away with a conviction that if there is anything behind this wall, there is no way to access it from here. You can find no seam nor crevice in the stonework, and Ulfkel's in a position to say with confidence that this is so. There is no hollowness to the echoes of the door of the southern wall, no matter how you thump it, whether with wooden tool or metal.
Okay.
This place seems solid. If there's almost certainly no secret door here.
All right.
It is now 6:40.
We shall check it from another angle. on our way back around or out. Let's continue on to the next door.
I agree. There's definitely
All right.
like some room there, but it could just be fill. Could just
It,
be
it
load
could
bearing.
be structural, yeah.
All right. North or south?
Let's do south.
You open the door and find another chamber with 8 beds this time, but otherwise quite empty. This place has a slightly different smell, though. Almost floral.
So it was 6 beds, 8 beds.
Yeah. Pretty minor findings as they go.
Yeah. Any like foot lockers or anything?
No.
Okay. We'll similarly jot this down as a toss it later. Now, question. This north door could open up into a larger area. Do you guys want to go here, or do y'all want to stake it and then return to the stairs?
I think that we ought to establish a fallback position and designate one. I don't know if that should be that room. It is at least closed and small that has the hay bed things. We could clear that, or a different area. And then yeah, I mean, I think we ought to go ahead and clear room by room, right? That's what I'm throwing out here. That
We kind of have. Right?
that's what our job. That's what we're here to do. So, well, just to say that, you know, like clearing areas before going into new ones makes sense. I don't know.
I think Detect Evil is gonna be coming up on ending soon. So I'm thinking about having Niesel or Owen and Pasling rejoin us. In that case, if we're gonna keep clearing here.
Edith has a detect evil as well. We can cast
Alright.
it into the.
Yep, bless
Like
will
the-
wear out.
One
Bless is
moment.
gonna wear out too.
So yeah. So do we want? Okay. So okay. So we have like what 20 minutes of bless left.
Yeah.
So yeah. So then. Yeah. Let's clear this level. I think that bless could be very useful for whatever's beneath, but we absolutely need to make sure that this area is safe. So we'll regroup in mass and then continue through the door to the north.
All right. Anything special? Just popping it open?
It looks just like the other doors.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go and kick it
anyone?
open. I'll kick it
Okay.
open.
Let's do it.
Go for it.
Sorry, Edith doesn't have detect evil. She has detect magic.
Oh, that's different.
That is different.
Also doesn't last as long.
Does it not?
Not as long as Detect Evil now.
Oh, you're right.
How long does it last?
20 minutes.
Oh, feel free to save that for a special occasion. Bearing that in mind.
That's for fun and treasure.
Yes. Anyway,
Fire
Wolf
that up
Kills,
and just,
Boot
like,
goes
run
out
from
and
one end
hunts
of
open the
place
door.
to another. Uh-oh.
Ah, yes.
Uh-oh.
Roll one. Yes. Turn on the battle music and roll some initiative. Here we go. Within the room, there are what appears to be a clot of monks in gray-green monastic habits. The cloth is old and worn enough that their rotting bodies are visible through the seams and rents. Their bodies subtly twitch in a steady rhythm, and with each twitch they emit a dull, ragged sound from their throats in emulation of the croaking of a frog. At the moment they become aware of your presence, they begin to shuffle step towards you with that same steady rhythm, hands outstretched and twitching, fingers contorted into claws. Well, you win initiative. So first, spellcasting phase. Does anyone wish to cast a spell?
These look deadish.
They look
Do they-
quite dead.
Yeah.
They
Well,
don't seem to be terribly threatening, so we probably don't need to burn all our spell slots on these.
I bet a turn undead from Dolby.
Oh,
Alrighty.
that's good.
Onan will double down the turn undead.
All right. Any other spells?
No, I think they've got it covered.
No, not for me.
Okay. So, first, movement and missile fire. Those of you who are in a position to open fire may do so. This is a fairly narrow facing. So looking at your marching order, it looks like Finbar, Pasling, and Ulfkel's in the best position to shoot right now. Proderi and Finbar could shoot, but if they do that, they won't be able to enter in hand-to-hand combat.
I will. Do these look like they could be one-hit die, or they look a little
No.
tougher? Okay.
In your experience with undead, if it's got enough flesh on its bones, killing them is a hassle.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go for 2 attacks. I'm gonna go. All right. I'm sorry. I think I've asked this before. Could I fire and then also equip my shield in the
Yes.
same? Okay. So I'll do that.
I gave Zolotin some darts.
Okay. Then yes, Sultan can also shoot.
Do we
yeah, they're
toggle? How do we toggle our combat thing?
I don't know what you mean.
If you
mean-
select the token for your character, it'll have the little thing pop up in the bottom left or whatever, or wherever you drag it to.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to use the virtual tabletop gadgets if you don't want to, or if they're just or honestly under the current circumstances they're a little inconvenient. But you can also pull your character sheet up by going into the upper right, where there's like the list of sub-tabs. You can go to actors. You should be visible under Kayden's hand, which should let you pull your character sheet up another way.
Okay. Thank you.
You can also just roll a d20 manually, and then we can do math at it. Whatever makes you happy.
Well, the range on a dart's only 15 feet, so I gotta actually get closer to this.
You can hold fire until they approach. That's one of the rulings I've made.
Okay, I'll just do that and see if I can get all 3 attacks.
Okay. You'll only get 1 attack when you hold fire in that way, but you
Oh,
can still
well
do
then
it.
I've gotta go forwards and attack them.
Yep. Proderi's gonna press forward as well to,
Okay.
and he'll try to dip around like the wall to the left in order to open up that lane of fire.
Okay.
Yeah, Finbar's doing the same, but to the right.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Yes.
Is that all right, Ross?
no, I was. Does that? Okay. Will that
Would-
take effect next
you-
turn, or? I mean, like being able to fire.
Immediate, right?
Ah.
I think I'm gonna have to utilize those rules to like split my movement phase into like a partial movement so that I can still get like 2 attacks. My character's got a lot of moves, so he can definitely do this in 1/3 of his movement.
Okay. All right. Who was that? Who just rolled that? Because you had
That
the
was
piece.
Proderi.
Okay. That's 2 hits. Give me your
Should be an archer. I hit way more with this than with the sword.
Right.
Roll me your d6s.
But you get the same attack bonus each way, right?
All right.
The sword's magical. So
Alright.
4 damage total.
To the same guy each time?
Yes. Left to right.
The zombie on the left gets properly feathered. All right.
Yep.
Finbar, roll your attacks. And Ulfkel, roll any ranged attacks you were doing.
I was gonna move into melee after ranged attacks were finished.
Okay, in that case, you just sort of scooted to the side, and you will
Is
move in. Middle.
is Pasling able to fire?
Yes.
Okay. Do just 2 more.
Ooh, good hit, John. Good hits all around, really.
Yeah. 118.
Is it?
Oh, well, that's 2d20. Okay, that's not as good. That's all right. I saw the 16. I'm sorry. Oh,
Oh,
So I add my like base attack bonus, for lack of a better term, to all that to when I attack, right?
yes.
Okay, which is actually pretty. Good.
Pasling deals 6 damage to the one on the left.
All right, that one drops. The arrows thud into it and hit it to the wall behind it, and it collapses.
I'm
The other zombies
I'm
begin
gonna
lurching forward.
I'm also going to move. Can I move? We're
Yes,
doing
what do you wanna
movement. So I'm just going to move in.
Okay. Taking the direct approach with your Florpert.
Looks like I can't control. Oh, there he is. Okay.
I think I still got the death symbol on him.
Yeah, let me get rid.
Oh, don't worry. I don't know if I can edit it, but I'm working on it.
Don't
so
worry,
you can-
it'll be there
you
soon
can-
enough.
Yeah, I mean the man's
This is
got
true,
2
too.
hit points and he's engaging with some zombies.
We'll find out in a minute. Oh, Florpert.
Can you duplicate my
Careful, be
Florpert
careful.
token?
Yeah, sure. Hang on a second.
I don't want to lose him.
I made a spare.
No. I'm sorry. In the actors list, if you right click and then duplicate, that way we
Oh, yeah,
won't
sure.
lose Florpert.
That's a good call. Hang on a second. Yes, duplicated.
Awesome.
Are we still doing ranged attacks?
Yes.
Uh,
If you have, roll your ranged attacks test.
All right.
I'm gonna be right back. Just 1 second.
Okay. That's 1 hit. The first one does catch an arrow, but it doesn't. Sorry, catch a dart, but doesn't do much. The second hit is effective. So let's see that. It's 1d4 or 1d3.
I think it's like 1d3. Yeah, it's like nothing.
That's fine.
Yep. Okay, 1d3.
Okay.
3.
Good hit.
Fling.
Assuming it's going to go from left to right. So,
Yeah.
one takes a hit. And I believe that is all of the melee attack, or all of the ranged attacks. Is there anyone who did need to make an attack and didn't?
I think Leoston could shoot.
Yeah, I think he could.
Okay. Can I just hit 2d20? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, one of those will hit. Roll 1d6. One of his hits strikes true.
Nice.
All right, and that almost but not quite drops the second one, but it staggers on with 1 beautiful hit point remaining and 2 beautiful arrows stuck out of its chest. All right, now it is their turn to move. The surviving zombies move in, pressing close, approaching Finbar, Florpert, and the Prederi at front.
That was a terrible idea.
Poor Florp.
Oh no.
I think this is the first time Florpert has ever seen anything like this, right? He's seen like
Yeah.
the undead staggering around. And now
Yeah.
he's stuck in here with them. They don't even look. They have money to steal. That's the worst part of this.
That is awful. Yeah.
It's wretched. Well, anyway, Prederi, Finbar, Stolatin, you guys are in melee combat range. It is your time to save your idiot companion's life. Prederi,
I can't attack this round.
okay, that's right. Prederi also can't attack, but Finbar can attack. Did he just skip up and scamper away?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Fear not, fair Florpert. I will protect you, my friend.
I'm already writing his obituary.
You're doing more than me, man.
Boom!
The foe was not wrecked. Florpert, you are in melee combat and you did not take a shot. Do you want to stab a zombie?
Oh, I do. I think I can get my +4 to hit. That was my plan. That was
Oh,
my
yeah.
plan all along.
Roll me a 1d100 to see how your sneakiness goes.
No, this is it's called attack from behind, but it says that if you are a thief, while an ally attacks from the front, or if you are hidden in shadow, but I can also hide in shadows if you want.
Does my dart flinging count as that?
It does now that the thing is trying to kill you, so yeah,
Okay,
sure,
that's
I'll
cool.
let it fly. Go ahead and take your stab with the +4 to hit.
I do not get the +4 damage. That's only if I'm hidden in
You-
shadows.
You have to do all sorts of jump through all sorts of hoops for that, but it does hit. So like a 12 would have hit flat, but with your bonuses, definitely.
Ready? I do 2 damage.
Brrr.
It might be 1 damage because I might have a negative.
Why would you have a negative?
Oh, also I have a -2 to hit, so as a total +2. Yeah, -1 damage bonus. I don't know if it goes below 0, but
Poor Florp.
so actually 1 damage.
Where is
Oh
Florpert's stats?
no!
Okay.
Is Florpert a fighter?
Is my strategy beginning to
It's a thief.
unveil to you all yet? Is it?
A
Is
little. little-
little.
All right. Florpert attempts to kill the thing with a
Pick
lethal
me!
blow behind.
Pick me! I want to die! I want to die!
You're allowed to
Fucking
retire a
kill
character.
me.
You don't have to kill him. Oh, who am I to deny you your fun? Okay, fine. The zombie turns its horrible gaze to young Florpert, young nutritious Florpert.
He's not even
ribbit-
nutritious.
Ribbits menacingly and goes for the empty calories that is Florp.
Did you add your bless?
Does that add damage or just to hit?
Oh, just a second.
I was trying to remember
Plus
if,
one,
if
right?
this was the pork rind game, but no, that was the other game.
Got to be.
2 attack rolls. I think it's just attack.
Alas. Well, since Florpert is working so hard to draw attention, who am I to say no? The zombie turns its awful ungaze to young and foolish Florpert and does its best to help him earn that little "I am already dead" marker he has. But what the
What?
Wow.
the heck?
More frogs. And then the frogs.
Well,
Oh,
either
no.
way, I rolled a 6,
That's
and it does not hit. So I'm sorry, Florpert, you survived for one more combat round.
I'm
Okay.
good at this.
Yes. Now, those of you who are doing turning, roll turning checks.
Oh gosh, what was it? Was it 2d10 or 2d8?
It is a 2d10. All right. That's from Brother What's the
Dobby.
Face. Dobby, yes. Who, if I remember correctly, bears the silver cross.
Yes.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Roll 2d. You know what? No, it's good enough. The zombies recoil and are pressed backwards and begin to reel backwards into the corners. More than that, they burn as the light of the
Light of the light.
light flows through the cross and begins to run their flesh like wax. One of them falls dead where they stand. The other two might get a little luckier.
Did that one that like moved up on Perderi, did it take a swing at him?
Yeah, I completely forgot to have them actually finish their attacks. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, let's see if I can get this to work properly. So this is the one going after Finbar. It whiffs, and this is the one going after Perderi. It also whiffs, though in that case it's more of a clank. The one going after Perderi flails, impotently attempts to breach his armor and defenses for a moment, before Dobby lifts and presents the cross, and the creature simply falls silent, collapsing to a steaming hulk. The ones which are grappling with Finbar and Zoltan, conversely, have enough wits left about them and enough flesh left about them to survive by cowering away, though both of them seem to be burned by the radiance as they do so.
Back to the cesspool you spawned from.
Florpert, did you see that? You stabbed one and it just ran. You're so strong, Florpert. All right. You now have your enemies pushed into a corner. I assume you subsequently feather them. Do I assume rightly?
yes.
I can't see any reason not to.
We'll grab that.
All right. Turn off the battle music, Florpert. It is not yet your time to die.
I have it over here. Sorry. If you see me looking over, it's because I have a second screen.
No, I know. Hang on a moment.
Ooh,
I am going
fancy.
to take a moment to properly set up her token, as it deserves at least that much.
Oh, drats.
You drew me a little picture. It's amazing. I'd be a criminal not to use it.
Ross, did that drawing take more or less than 5 minutes?
It took like
It took
4
enough
seconds.
time. And every
just-
beautiful second is going to be immortalized for this
Just
stream
threw it on
forever.
paper.
And before it turns into Ross trying to die and us just keeping him alive at all costs.
I
Out of
mean,
pure spite.
if it's ruining your immersion, you just tell me and it's
Oh.
okay. But
You're good.
But
You're
consider
good.
the gameplay implications, right? I do all the risk now, high risk, and then he survives, and then I move to low risk, So this is
Yeah.
the best time
Yeah.
to die. Yeah.
My headcanon is that he is like the vast majority of adventurers, crazy, stupid, or crazy stupid.
Yeah. He just thought that he drove all those things off. He's just just showing his
Doing the funnel.
3 teeth proudly at you all, like, you're lucky to have me.
He's so powerful.
These were, you said they were dressed like monks. Were they the poor monks or the richly adorned monks?
None of the monks. Well, these monks are certainly poor monks. They look like garbage. Okay, there we are.
Okay.
There he is, Florpert in all his beauty.
So, I guess brief check for treasure, and then this doesn't seem to open up to the north. So
Doesn't.
I guess we gotta. Okay. Question again: do we stake the door and then return to the stairs, or do we press out? What do y'all think? Any preference?
I say we return to the stairs. There can't. I mean, it's a
All right, I'm not sure if I understand
monastery.
option 2 there.
I wonder what exactly can be down there, right? Like
Yeah, and it's certainly where things were taken. So
it should be. I mean, while we're here, we just clear that out and then go deal with the invisible guys quick, eh?
yeah, so we'll stake the door here, and then we'll stake the door here. I guess we can't really do anything unless we want to stake this door too.
Is that
That's
necessary. I don't think we can stake this whole place because there are many ways in and out. Like
yeah.
no
Well,
windows, but many
if
doors.
we stake those 3 doors, then it's just the front door, right?
Right, which is still a door.
Yeah, but I think that one we can afford to leave unstaked.
If we're gonna spend enough time to do that, wouldn't it be quicker to just peek out into the courtyard and see if anything's there?
He's thinking about stuff that's moving, and trying to deny movement to
Oh, you
anything
think the
that.
flyers
yeah.
are gonna come here?
I mean, why wouldn't
I'd
he?
like if like so my concern is stairs is a single point of entry. We don't know of any other points of ingress or egress, and if someone comes behind us, then they're blocking our exit. That's my concern.
We're not leaving this. I'm so sorry if this is already somebody already asked, but there's nothing valuable on these corpses. They've already checked that. I apologize.
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay, gotcha. Then
And-
in that case, there's a second thing here, which is that in some cases it's useful to have a place to like flee or run back to, depending on what's going on. That's come up a few times, and that this might be an ideal room for that, despite the disgusting corpses. So.
Well, there's no corpses in this room.
Yeah,
The room north, yes. But down here, nice and safe.
I think this door is good. We might be able to even hear people going up and down the stairs if we get pinned in there.
Well, that wall's pretty thick. We might not.
Yeah, true. So let's aim for that one. If not for cleanliness, then for at least.
Soliton, at least his preference is that if we get penned in, to just run out the front door.
Yeah, that's probably better.
Instead of finding a hidey hole.
I mean, of course, if you can, But actually, that looks like okay. So, by the time we get over there, yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah. So we're trying to close all the doors except the entrance. And then, did the convention still apply that if we go down a level, we can? Yeah. Okay. We have our
sort of fast travel there.
incredibly talented mapper, and so we have that pretty well covered. So.
Canvas.
I mean, so it sounds like there's a little bit of hesitation. Do we want to finish clearing up here? All right, let's just do a quick show of hands. How many want to finish clearing out the courtyard and this level?
Absolutely.
We've been in the
Okay.
courtyard before. We just got to give it a peek.
So there's 2. And how many really want to go downstairs?
I think at least we should make sure that this door just leads out of the courtyard, and then I think other than
Okay.
that we're good to go.
So let's do that. Let's just clear this floor then.
Okay. So you're checking the door to your east?
Yes.
That's right.
All right. You peek it.
Yep.
It does indeed lead out to the courtyard.
Okay, cool.
To be clear, to your north, what you see is along this area, this is a tall wall leading to the exterior of the building. So it
Okay.
looks like, this looks like you don't see any building north of you. This looks like you have found the exterior.
Okay. And it goes all the way. And is this building or exterior?
This looks like an exterior gateway.
Okay. So that's a single door that could be barred.
Yes.
And then we've already seen the rest of this. What is this shape here?
Try to figure out what you're pointing at. Hold and click.
I am down here at the
Oh, I
south.
see.
That-
That is a indentation north. The wall indents north. What's south of it, you don't know.
I mean,
Yeah, we've
Can I just peek
we've
over
been
it and
around
make
that
sure there's
corner, right?
something?
Or no?
I don't think you ever did.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
if
sure
you
it's
wouldn't
just
mind.
like bushes or rocks over there.
Yeah, I
Oh,
wonder
yeah.
if it's like it kind of screams like spire or tower or something like that to me. I don't know. But yeah, if you want to check it.
I'll just go down and check. I'm confident there's nothing there.
Okay. There's something there.
Oh, okay. What do I see?
One moment. It looks like in the overgrown bushes you find what looks like a hidden passage down to some sort of cellar.
What?
It's in this area.
Damn, I guess I was wrong. All right.
So which stairs down do we take?
Yeah, I like hidden stairs rather than obvious stairs.
On the other hand, that entrance was built on the assumption that people would be coming in from outside the walls, whereas the inner stairway would be on the assumption that only people who have like gotten through the outer defenses will get in. Is that right? But I don't know. I guess you could make a case for either, so I'll leave it up to you, party caller.
You said it's overgrown, so that implies there's little traffic. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Either
The other stairs has blood going down. so
yeah,
there
it's
could be
it's
hostile.
let's at least take a gander. They might not even connect. They probably do, but they might not.
All right. Well,
All right. Well, gander where?
So
into the hidden passage behind the bushes. I
the
believe.
hidden passage, and so do we have to exit in order to get to that? Exit
Uh,
the walls,
you
or
would,
no?
Yeah, you have to mount over the walls again, but that's the thing you
Yeah,
can
you
do.
gotta climb the walls or go
Okay.
out.
We can go out the front door,
This door.
right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Just go out the front door.
One sec, gotta check something
There are
real
many
fast.
ones.
At the front door. Or don't.
Life has many doors, head boy.
Oh, yeah.
Then we'll snake the front door open.
Okay.
Good Ed and Eddie reference test. I got that.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll be
So-
with you in just a moment. I'm scribbling something.
What do you guys think we're gonna find up there? Wine?
I mean, that'd be nice. Sold a bottle for a pretty penny before, so
Magic
There's
scrolls.
also, I note, some negative space on the map, or I'm not sure what you call it, but like there's a space, there's a second space here that could just be like fill, or it could be a room of some kind.
Who's Phil?
out. No, okay. Yeah, we can check that too. I mean, we have 2 thieves with us. We could check both at the same time. Both that and the more northern space from a different wall.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we got to pick one and go for it. I think any of those options are good options.
But yeah, for now, let's check. Yeah, let's go to that.
Okay.
To the
We're going
cellar.
for the hidden entrance in the bush.
Yeah.
all right.
Better to investigate a door we've already found. Ooh.
Nice color.
Thank you. It's mold bay blue.
Ooh. John was just reading those books.
That's because he's a man of wealth and taste, or at least a man of taste. You approach carefully into the cellar, advancing, I assume, with the caution traditional to your kind. And it is stone, like all the construction here, vaulted overhead. As you approach, you spy serried racks of casks of wine, looking to have been neglected for some time. As you pass through the area, there's a bit less dust than you might have first seen, but you don't see any other obvious exits. The cellar ends to the north, and to the sides there are niches within which within which are hidden heavy casks of wine.
Was a wine cellar.
I think we should check that north wall.
All right.
Yes, but let's not press all the way through. Let's make sure we're checking the cubbies.
You advance with caution, and it is well that you do, because as you approach, you encounter a hazard. Moment.
I think it might be coming up on a good time for Edith to cast Detect Magic.
Well, not quite yet.
Not the sorry tokens.
My pawns.
I take my generics where I can. As you approach, there is a sudden flapping of wings, a insectile buzzing, a horrendous sound as awful creatures flap out from within the crevices of the wine cellar, leaping down from above rafters and from behind stones, buzzing and flapping. Some of you have seen their like before, but for others it is the first time you have seen these fist-sized combinations of owl, bat, and mosquito as they lunge for you with bestial hunger. Roll initiative to see who seizes it today.
These are low key one of my favorite low CR creatures to just absolutely mass at people.
All right. House Twins, you go first. First, spells.
How many?
It's difficult to count at a glance. You think at least 6.
Sleep.
All right. There you go.
I will fire my bows.
Alrighty.
Oh, sorry, still spells.
Yeah, spells first. Spells first. Any other spell casting?
I guess I'll. Damn, if sleep works, then none of this is gonna matter.
That's true.
I'll go ahead and declare a magic missile, and if it gets wasted, it gets wasted.
Okay.
I have more.
Any other spells? Once? Twice? We're done. Magic and movement. Are any of you guys breaking out of the marching order? Sorry, missiles and movement. No? All right.
As long as we can fire from where we are.
Oh.
You can, as a rule.
I don't know, Florpert?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'll be sensible.
I'm just imagining Florpert like dipping his fingers into a jar of barbecue sauce and applying it like war paint preparation.
You can't afford
That is a
barbecue
visual.
sauce. It's not that rich.
It's Worcestershire.
Yes. Oh, it's the fish sauce. It burns in his eyes. Alright.
Yeah.
If you have a ranged attack, roll to hit. Their armor class is not. Its armor class is 9. What am I talking about? Their armor class is 12. Okay. If you roll a 12 or higher, roll to hit.
Hold on,
Or if you roll a 12 or higher, roll your damage.
2 damage.
Alright.
You'll see me rolling for Heretic because I'm using his thing over here.
I know.
Yeah, I'm realizing that I'm rolling PC Party, and I'm like, oh, who is I?
Yeah, that's one of the downsides of the system. It's really easy to do that by accident. You can't see who you have selected in the lower right when you're talking. But Roll20 does the same thing, so
It might
Anyway.
help to rename the weapons that you're using to, for example, Pradari's longbow.
Yeah, well, like normally I had everyone's on whatchamacallit?
No. We'll come back to
Roll20.
this.
Yeah.
It's
We will
it's
come back to
violence
this.
time. Okay, so we got 2
So-
hits from John Q. Those are from Ulfkel.
Yes.
Okay, and then for damage he rolled 2d6 and got 5, which is enough to
I rolled the damage. Sorry, those were for the 2 attacks I had.
these 2d6.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So Ulfkel's arrows put down 1. It is snapped out of the air by a bow and drops like a bird on the hunt. And let's see. It looks like both of Pradari's shots hit.
5 and 4.
Yes. That will put 1 down and badly wound another. Okay. Those were from Lilfstan. Lilfstan hits
Yes.
1.
Let me try to see if I can find.
Lilfstan finishes off the one that Pradari nicked.
I got 1 more incoming. Nope.
Okay. And that's a whiff. Are you guys going to hold position and prepare for... Those of you who did not shoot, are you going to hold position and prepare for melee combat?
Affirmative.
Yes.
Alrighty. Sturges, swarm the party.
I'd like to
They're
see them
surviving
try.
ones anyway. Well, you're seeing them do it. They're doing an okay job. Each one rolls at +1 to hit, and does 1d3 if it hits. These are rolling from left side to right. So the only person who's in any meaningful danger is whoever's on the rightmost side. Which...
Hey.
Hey! Hey!
Hey.
Down he goes!
Oh no.
Really?
Well, I mean, is your AC lower than 16?
It is.
Are your hit points lower than 2?
They are. Well, they're
Actually, they're
2.
exactly...
Are they lower
Oh, I thought I was.
Exactly.
Far. I thought I was
Is it? Did you do 2 or how many did you do?
2 damage exactly.
Then he is
Okay, so he's
unconscious.
exactly at 0.
All right.
You got rid of him.
He's unconscious.
sorry.
He's not dead.
You're still
Yeah,
stuck.
no.
We're still stuck with him. This is the worst.
Who has cure wounds prepared?
Gotta save him.
Dobby has cure light
We have to
wounds.
save his valuable life.
It's so valuable. We love it so much. All right. Poor Florpert is brought low by a sudden. Wait, no. What am I talking about? I moved. No, you did missile fire. Then I did movement. Then
We
you
didn't
get
do
to
melee.
attack.
Yeah, we didn't do melee.
Florpert, this is your chance to kill it. If you can kill it before it acts, you'll save your own life.
He did ranged combat, but maybe somebody
yeah.
else.
All right. Who else is in a good position to stab? No, Pradari can't do it. Finbar also can't
Finbar
do it because
can.
he's not next to it. So, but-
Hausling can't do it.
Dobby can bash it.
all right.
Moore can stab with her dagger.
Dobby is in the absolute back. He ain't bashing nothing.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
He ain't bashing nothing. All right. Are these
Bash
per,
back it.
are these by chance 1-hit die creatures?
They are indeed one-hit die creatures.
Wondrous.
You can go completely hog wild on them. I know you've been waiting for a chance to do it. That's a dead one.
You're hitting with it.
Oh yeah, their AC is 12. So
Hope it's not recording.
I'd prefer some good rolls, please.
sorry, can't help you, man.
What the
so-
world was that?
Well, roll for damage, and maybe you'll take it
Yeah.
out.
Does he's not flanking at all.
No, sorry.
Dang.
All right, he smacks one out of the sky, sending it back to join its brethren. Dead as heck.
Is that enough?
It's enough to destroy that one. Unfortunately, that one is not enough to. We are no longer able to preserve poor, precious Florpert, who is swooped down upon and has his precious bodily fluids stolen from his beautiful, beautiful body. Whereupon,
Bodies hit the floor.
yes,
Yeah,
as
he's
Florpert
on
hits
the
the ground,
floor.
How
There has
long
to
have
be
you been
negative
seeing that
XP
one?
for this stuff this guy's saying. There's got to be negative XP. Drain life essence or whatever.
Florpert, perhaps blessedly, Florpert is not conscious to witness the Sturge visibly shudder in disgust as it tastes Florpert's awful blood.
I knew we'd have more
It's on the
pork rind gameplay. I knew it was coming.
Ah!
Just like exsanguinated, turned into a crispy husk. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry, I'm confused. I thought the thing happened though, because you lose. Go ahead. Yeah, he's fine.
It does on its next turn. He's still unconscious. His life is
I see.
very much in the balance. However, Magnus is casting sleep. There's only 4 of them left.
What an
There's a magic
MVP!
missile as well.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
We're gonna do everything we can to save poor Florpert.
He's
man.
suddenly. We're gonna keep him alive out of pure spite. All right. Let's roll a coin. Okay, even for Magnus goes first. Odd, Solison goes first. 3. How are you allocating your magic missiles?
They're all what hit die, right?
Yes.
I'll just spread it out and make it a little. No, I'm gonna put 2 into one and one into another one.
Okay. Which one is getting 2?
I will target the one that is stabbed into Florpert in order to save our valuable ally.
All right. Gotcha. So that one explodes, obliterated like his forefathers before him. The other one roll damage. So give me a 1d4 plus 1. All right. That
3.
one does not explode, but it is does sort of bounce off the ceiling in a frantic attempt to evade your death laser and scrabble away scorched. Whereupon the sleep goes off. Roll to see how many. Is there any possible way you're going to hit less than 3 hit dice? Moot. Down they go.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that if we had done no damage, that still would have just one shot all of them.
Correct.
Amazing.
Sleep is a silly, powerful spell.
And
Dobby's-
there's no moral quandary about executing them in their sleep.
Absolutely not.
They're
These things are
Yeah.
these things combined like have all the moral valence of a rat infestation, and while somehow managing to be significantly less cute.
And then, worst of all, they hurt our sweet boy Florpert.
Our
Yeah,
precious
Doctor-
boy.
Dobby is pushing to reach Florp, and he's holding the cross and just chanting for all he's worth.
Florpert somehow looks even more sickly than usual. His withered body somehow even more exsanguinated, reclined like a Renaissance painting. Cradled in your arms, you
poor
bring back his
martyr.
life. As he is restored miraculously, effortlessly to full health, because you can't roll less than 2 hit points of healing, and that's enough to restore him. to
Mathematically impossible not to give him max hit points.
Florpert is restored utterly by clearly he is beloved of the light.
Both of his hit points.
It was so easy.
He's the sickliest of the bunch. I'll give that much to him.
Okay.
Historians are definitely gonna look at this guy and be like, yeah, he had like celiacs or something.
He just
what,
jumps
yeah.
to his feet
The
and
great history of
smiles,
him
and
is
he's just
definitely
like,
gonna be written.
"We did it again!
So
I'm so good at this."
Oh,
Oh,
All right.
Well, checking
Quite-
for traps.
quite.
Or checking for hidden doors on the northern wall. And while we're doing that, does anyone want to like look around to see if there's anything worth taking?
We could examine the wine.
I'll look at this cubby.
All right. You guys divide yourselves in some appropriate fashion between. I know there are 10 of you. So those of you who are thieves, I think. No, you don't count extra. But so I'm just
There
going
are
to roll
8
10d6. See if I get any good values. Roll 10d6. Each of these little cubbies is effectively a storage unit for a big keg of wine. All right.
So you're saying I was right? There was wine down here.
That is correct. Now, here's the first thing you learn. Most of the wine down here is intolerable. It's gone very sour. It has no market value. And it's also not quite intense enough to be vinegar. So, like, it's
It's not even good at failed wine.
No, yeah, it stinks. However, you do find one bottle that looks like it was mist harvesting from a long time ago, which is nestled carefully in a corner, is proper glass, and its lid is sealed in molten lead, so you know it's still thoroughly preserved. It has not yet had a chance to rot.
Don't lick the lead, Florp.
No,
It'll
don't
make-
worry.
It'll make it more sweet.
Lead's
Tastes
good for,
great.
lead's good for you. That's why it tastes so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes sweet.
Delicious.
Okay, so we'll secure that. How about the door? Or the door that we want to be there?
Yes.
Is it there?
There is not, as far as you can
Dang it.
tell.
Okay.
This place looks like it was, sad to say, a dead end. However,
Dang.
it's also a fairly well hidden and secure location.
It
As I
is.
know.
True.
So you've
we
got
could
that.
We could like camp down here if we need to.
This
It
this,
also-
and this is a good bolt hole.
It
Yeah.
smells a lot better.
That's a good point.
Take the
Um,
scourges out.
okay.
All right.
So
Yeah,
this
we
will
got- we
be
better
the
Ditch
new
the Sturges to
the-
make sure that
yeah.
Yeah.
it doesn't start smelling real bad again.
Yeah, you removed the sturges. Eating the sturges is generally ill-advised, or creatures of chaos generally taste terrible.
Does the bottle have an
Um,
interesting label?
Yes, it is written in Drunic.
Ooh.
Magnus, it has a vintage, which is like 40 years ago. You have no idea if the
Oh.
contents are good or not, but you suspect they're interesting.
Probably sell it to someone.
Mm-hmm.
Just bust it open, celebratory.
It might be worth more to sell.
Probably more, yeah. I mean,
So,
if we drink it by definition, it's worth nothing, except to us.
yeah, we'll make this area our new. If stuff goes bad, then like we'll meet here, kind of thing.
Okay.
And then we will circle back around through the door, the front gates, and
How about we start rolling to find secrets on those portions of the
Yeah.
wall that sort of have like gaps?
let's do that.
Wait,
Sorry.
like,
The
so
places
like-
that we previously thought might be secret rooms.
oh,
yeah,
okay.
we're gonna check
We,
different walls, different facings.
I could just ping them, and that might make more sense.
No, yeah, I know the part you're talking about. You mean here, right?
Yeah, one of them's
there
here,
and
and the other one's
there.
here.
All right.
Yeah.
And again, this might just be fill, it might just be structural, but it's worth,
Okay.
worth poking around. Let's
We
just
check
roll
it.
for it quickly.
So you've been. I think by now it's like 7:30. Does that sound about right to you, John?
Yeah.
Okay, 7:30ish. So it'll be 7:40 by the time you finish mucking around with this wall. So I'm gonna do another.
We were going to because we have two thieves. We're gonna check them both simultaneously.
Sounds good. I'll go ahead and do my roll. Alrighty. Well, here's what you determine. This passage to this area to the north, there's no entrance to it from the west, and there's no entrance to it from the south. And if there's an entrance to it from the east, it involves going up through the ceiling. So you're pretty sure that there is nothing in there, but you can't be certain. However, down here, hello.
Oh,
How
you
did
find
I?
a secret.
What the? I ended up. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
You're good. That looks
my
like
apo-
we have our back door.
There we go.
Yes. You find it. Yeah. You find in what used to be the fine bedroom of the abbot that a northern passage has been opened up, or rather, you successfully find a secret passage and open it up. And I will describe it for you momentarily. Come on, cough it up. All right. A hidden segment of the stone wall, previously hidden by a tapestry, pivots on a central axis, allowing entrance to a small hidden chamber. And this hidden chamber contains a spiral staircase leading down into dark and unlit crypts.
Okay. Any objections to taking this as our primary point of entry?
Let's go.
All right, well, we're going.
Down you go. It's 7:50.
Yep. I'm gonna start getting a little more rapid fire, so we can try to get through a little bit more.
Just let me know when you want Edith to cast her detect magic.
Okay.
Okay.
What was your other spell that you had? Sorry.
Fairy fire and speak to animals.
Okay.
Neither of which I imagine are going to be super useful, but
Hey man, mice know things.
yeah, that's a good point. We could talk to some of the rats around here.
I gotta clarify, man. Mice don't know things. Mice are dumb as rocks.
That is true. That is a central feature of mice, is they just don't know things. It's
Yeah.
a mouse problem.
We know this is that's just not a true statement. Anyway,
Gary is not a druid. He doesn't know. He thinks that's a great idea.
rats can know things. Mice don't know things.
All right, so down the stairs.
Yes. Thanks. Gonna make this a little more
That
transparent.
is
so that
the
we can
spiral
see
staircase that we
anything
just
on it.
discovered.
Yes. You go down the stairs, and the token becomes slightly more translucent, so you can see things behind it. There is a door to the north, which is visible because you are inside this small 15-foot by 15-foot room, and it looks like it is. It looks like the same sort of pivoting door you saw above, so no doubt it's hidden from the other side. But from here, you can see it clearly.
Are we supposed to be on a different page? Or are we still in outer cloister?
Oh no, my bad. Everyone.
Grazie?
Yeah.
Okay, door.
All right. I don't. Who was that? Who's stepping away for a moment? I can't see who actually wrote that because it spoke from the perspective of the PC party. I don't
Sorry,
know who
it's
it
me.
was.
I gotta deal with something
Okay.
real quick.
Go.
Let's check for traps.
All right.
Are there any changes while you're rolling for that? Are there any changes in the smell, the feel of the air?
There is a
I'm
pungent
channeling
chemical
Ross here.
smell. There is a pungent chemical smell in the air.
Antiseptic or?
No, it's a really intense medicinal smell, like highly concentrated medicinal herbs.
Okay.
There's also a metallic tang in the air, like a lot of subtle chemistry. You can smell it wafting from somewhere near, and since it didn't come from above, it must be coming from the north.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Lofstan detects no traps. Florpert also detects no traps.
Okay. Perderi will press open the door slowly so that we can maybe peer through.
Alrighty. You enter a very large chamber, which is clearly a laboratory. This area is festooned with elaborate tools and glassware suitable for use with chemistry, along with large reserves of chemical feedstock, which is familiar to Magnus in some of his formative attempts to meddle with potion work. You also find several storage chests here. There are I'm gonna have to write this down in complexity, because you find a lot of interesting stuff.
Is it stuff that we should pause here for, or stuff that we can collect and continue pressing on?
Yes, respectively. Give me just a moment. So here's what you find. I'm gonna write this down. So chemistry equipment. Unknown but high.
That is, if not useful,
Okay.
then definitely sellable.
So, in addition to the chemistry equipment, whose value is unknown to you but probably quite high, there is a locked metal box, large, a rune-etched silver flask filled with murky water, and two large chests leaning against the western wall. There is also a doorway to the north.
Yeah. Let's. The chests are. I'm assuming the chests are going to be too heavy for us to haul out of here easily.
You don't know yet. Do you want to try and move them?
No. Yeah. Let's. Anyone who's not good at checking for traps, let's just post up by the door, standard formation, and then we'll check. We got 2 thieves, so let's check 2 of them at a time.
Alrighty. Florp, what are your numbers again? And what are Lufstan's?
Yeah. Well, actually, easier to look at the book. Level 2, 20%.
Alrighty.
I don't know about Leofston's.
He's a level 4,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Lofstan
Let me verify.
determines that his
Level
chest.
3. Okay.
Okay. Lofstan determines that his the chest he's working on, the slightly larger one, is trapped and mystically.
Ooh.
He can smell the bad energy on it.
This is probably as good a time as any for detect evil or
Yes.
detect magic.
Detect magic.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right, we don't have to smell it. I meant to detect.
Yeah, detect.
Okay. You spin that up.
Absolutely.
This is gonna like
Detect-
provide actual information, not just be like, yeah, it's magic. Right?
Let me review exactly what that does. 'Cause-
Yeah, it's probably for the
I already
best.
know it's magic.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely magic in this room with us, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
I got the spell right here. Caster can perceive the presence of a magical spell or enchantment in places, people, or things. For example, magical items may be discovered in this fashion, as can the presence of a charm secretly laid upon a person. That's the text of the spell.
So
Okay.
no further information on what kind.
None. Okay. There is an enchantment upon that chest. There is an enchantment upon the other chest as well. There are enchanted things within the chests.
So even if we could dispel, we wouldn't want to.
Okay. The other 2 chests, let's check those. For traps. Or there are 2 more chests. Yes. No.
One more chest. There's a locked metal
One more
box.
chest.
The locked
And there
metal
was the
box.
flask. The flask
Uh,
wasn't magical?
The flat. No, it's not.
Okay. Sack it.
And the locked metal box is chunky, but not so chunky you can't move it. However, when you pick it up, you do feel the subtle noise of glass clinking against glass.
That's my concern. That there would be like bottles and stuff. So yeah, let's check it for traps. And then the other 2, while that's being checked for traps, how do people feel about using rope to kind of like lasso and tug these boxes to see if something happens when they're moved? The glyphed ones.
That's worked before. Yeah,
The-
that's worked.
If everyone wants to stand back, Finbar would be willing to just pop one of these suckers open.
We can go upstairs.
Yeah.
That
No.
sounds like a
Let me
terrible idea.
let me do
That
it.
sounds
Let
like
me
a
do
terrible
it.
Let's try the other things first. But I'm
Surely
This-
one of the thieves.
Well, it's definitely not Finbar. I've been
Yeah.
on too much of an emotional roller coaster with Finbar's death already. I can't handle it.
Wait, when did Finbar die?
he didn't.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
True.
Well,
I'm
perhaps
happy I
Fulbert
could help in that
could
small
step up
way.
and give it a shot.
Reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated.
It sounds like Forpert is volunteering to heroically meddle with one of the chests.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try moving it before trying opening it.
All right.
We can go upstairs.
All right.
Okay.
So the rest of the party moves to a safe distance, so if they don't have to, because if
He's a
Forpert passes
trustworthy
away as a
sword.
result of this, their hearts wouldn't be able to take it. And
So, all right.
Now-
How's he do it?
all right, there are 2 chests. There's the slightly larger one and the slightly smaller one. There's also the locked metal box, but I assume you're talking about the ones which have the enchantment on them.
Yeah. Let's.
Okay. Which one are you popping open? Or what are you doing besides just popping them open?
I'm just gonna pop them open.
All right. Does it matter? Do you care which one you pop open first?
No.
One hand on each chest.
All right.
I have 2 hands. So far, he didn't say that. He doesn't say that. All right, here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna flip a coin to see which one you get first.
One for each of you.
I'm so sorry to make such a stupid character. I will
You're
do
fine.
better. I will do better.
It's
Ross,
interesting.
you have brought us tremendous joy.
Yeah.
This
but
is
not
a
for much
real
longer.
serious game of original
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons,
boy.
and I'm gonna do
Okay.
better.
Being serious all the time can get very
Alright.
dull.
One
So
sec.
I remember a story from Gygax's original table where one of his players created a character named Rary with the sole goal of retiring at level 3 to forever have a character called Medium Rary. So I feel like we're
So
barely scratching the
stupid.
surface.
Are we
Stupid.
talking about
No wonder he
Rary's
made Tomb of
telepathic
Horrors.
bond?
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
I got attached to him. Anyway, so tell me a bit more about how Florpert approaches this chest.
No, it's not. He just goes up and he just flips it open. Let's do the small
All
one.
right, he explodes. The back of his head erupts across
Oh,
the
no.
glassware behind him. His life ends instantly.
No,
Oh,
His
no.
entire spinal column and the
Florpert.
back
no,
of
it
his head
doesn't.
erupt out the back of his torso.
I didn't
He's
roll yet.
gone.
I didn't roll yet. It ain't. Oh well.
Wait, but it's a delicatessen trap 71. What's
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta roll a saving throw, I think.
That is. So here's what happens.
I have a bonus on that saving throw.
All right, roll a saving throw. We'll see
I have a
if,
+2.
His horrifying fate comes to play.
I have a +2 on this.
That delicatessen.
That's
trap-
what
I got
would
a
have
20.
happened.
I got
but-
a 20.
Okay.
Florpert. What a
Okay.
piece of work.
So, Florpert senses this horrifying fate coming for him as the effects of a cause serious wounds comes for him with 12 points of damage, coming right for that tiny little pull of hit points he got, and he twinges away, and so all that happens is just the skin on the back of his head flaps up like a hoodie, and he flies away, dropped to 0 hit points.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, he's unconscious.
He's
Uh,
he's not doing great, folks. He's having a rough one.
Yeah.
We hear the noise and come back. Like, oh, Florpert,
Do we,
are you okay?
do we hear? Yeah, do we hear his snaggletooth cry?
Ah!
Good Lord.
This is helping my immersion so much.
He's like
He's
Skeletor.
he's
All right. So we go down
Except
and
not
we
cool.
we don't have any more cure wounds, right? Was that
Oh,
Oh,
the
we
no.
do. Yeah, got one.
This is
All
like
right.
an
Dude,
early
okay.
Peter Jackson film.
Do you spend it on Florpert?
Of course.
I just
Yeah.
We have another
Wait.
chest.
Magnus
Gently
actually
pat his-
says that out loud. What a
gently
waste.
patting his head skin back into place. It just goes back. No, not even a seam. Not even a scar.
He gets
The
up.
light loves him.
Ha ha! I'm so good at this. This is
We
great.
have another chest.
All right, Leofston,
Alright.
it's your
Wait,
turn.
wait.
Rookie.
Wait. So I'll at least tell you what's in the chest now that you neatly escaped my most appalling description of violence yet. So, there is a. It is a. You know how you have like you can buy a thing of beer and it's just like a cardboard box that just like holds several upright bottles of beer. It's like that, but with flasks. It holds 16 small compartments, each one of which holds a small glass flask.
Hold it
Nice.
from the bottom. Whoever picks it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold yours.
So you say it's Lofsten's turn?
Yeah, but
Oh, no.
wait. When you say flasks, you mean is there stuff in them?
Yeah, there's stuff in them. Sorry. They all hold potions or fluids of some sort. There's 9 of them are the same color. The other 16 are different colors. Sorry,
It's-
the other 7 are different colors.
Did someone use detect magic before?
Yes, that is true. The first 9 are all magical. The second 2 are also magical. There are 2 which aren't magical. There is one which is intensely uncomfortably magical to look at.
Score.
You kind of get the impression Edith looks at that one kind of uncomfortably and says, I feel like that one's looking at me.
Mm.
Incredible. What a
Um,
find.
Okay. If let's pad this how we can and secure it. And then there's another chest.
Yeah.
There's a
Who
bunch of
wants
straw upstairs.
There is a bunch of straw upstairs. That's a good idea.
Lofstan takes one look at what happened to
How many hit points does Lovestan have?
he's got like 6.
More
He's
than two.
already died once.
I would propose that we use someone who's got more hit points than that.
I have
And
tons of hit points.
how many hit points do you have?
Yeah, let him do it, says Lofstan.
28.
Yeah.
That's more than me.
Pasling
That is
will
not
bring
how
her
death
the old
saving
bag
throws
of hit
work.
points.
Oh,
Yeah, it's totally based on con. Actually, no.
What's her face?
More. We'll go with you.
Edith. Edith has a cloak of +2 protection that gives her extra saving throw.
well,
Edith
I
just
really
sort of
don't.
looked
I really
like,
don't want Edith to start opening enchanted
Hang on.
chests.
Easy.
You
Up the
see what
stairs
happened
is
to Florford.
the
I'm
bed
not
chamber,
opening
right?
that chest.
It's right upstairs. Right at the top of the stairs is a bed chamber, right? Use whatever's in there.
Yes.
We'll just use whatever's in there.
Yes.
And then, all right. Last chest. Who's opening it?
Didn't the abbot have a key ring on him? Maybe one of these key rings deactivate is something. Does he have like a vending machine type key that you stick in the side?
Fob.
Yeah.
We are totally intelligent adventurers, and we brought that keyring back with us, right?
Of
Sure.
course you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would've
Here.
been
You
crazy.
told that to me ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
I remember saying
We
it.
look around. We examine it for places where someone could insert a key,
You find a place that looks like it accepts a key.
and we're talking about the chest, not the lockbox, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Like, do you
Everyone
check the
back
lockbox also?
upstairs. Who's opening it?
Who is opening it? Which of you idiots is touching the doom box?
Well, no
I
one
can.
yet.
I can. Attempt
Okay,
the
Finbar
key.
is our
I feel
designated
confident about
idiot.
the key.
Okay.
I propose you try the key instead of.
Yeah, they
Okay,
call me
you-
Mr. Key.
Okay. You turn the key. Roll me a saving throw, and I'll tell you after you roll what sort of exciting things might be happening to you as you turn the key of this clearly enchanted lockbox.
Dude, what is happening? I've not rolled above like a 10 all day.
Okay. Finbar gets a weird and uncomfortable feeling, but nothing else bad happens.
If you feel yourself starting to die, don't.
Okay. Within the box opens with an easy click. It contains a leather sack, which looks like it is bulging with coin. A trio of small sapphires glittering in the torchlight. A severed human hand.
Oh.
2 blocks of orange waxy substance, more opium, and a round leather case,
Detect
which
evil,
looks
or
like it does
detect
some
magic.
spells.
Magnus, do you
Yeah.
want a hand?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Let's
Hand, magical.
bag the
Orange
hand.
substance, magical. Okay. Who bags the hand?
I'm not touching it until the wizard comes out and takes it.
Magnus,
I
what do
don't.
you
I don't go around touching magical dismembered hands. Sorry.
Magnus, they've got a magical severed hand, a severed human hand. Do you want it?
I do.
Okay. Going to touch it?
I'm going to wrap it.
Okay.
I'm going to turn a small sack inside out and pick it up.
Doggy bag it.
As
Yeah,
though
doggy
we're
bag.
dog
Exactly.
food. Yeah. Is
Exactly.
it like a monkey's paw that's only got the one out? It's like, yeah.
Alright. Hang on a second. What the?
I could try using some psychokinesis on it if you want another layer of separation.
I wish for 3 more wishes.
And just as a heads up, there are 19 minutes left. So, just for the last bit of this, I'm going to ask that we try to curb the sidebar.
Okay. Focus.
Sorry.
All right. So I offer my help with that, but otherwise it sounds like it doesn't like jump out and grab him. So
Yeah, no, he is able to acquire the hand without anything horrifying happening.
I propose we try opening the lockbox with another key if we can.
Question, Richard. Detect magic detects enchantments upon people. Correct.
Uh-huh.
Does it detect anything on Finbar?
I don't think it would, no.
Okay.
All right. I propose we try opening the lockbox with another key, and then if we have time left, we could try that door to the north. But if it's full of monsters, we will not have time to really fight them properly.
Mhm.
So we might want to just start heading back. It's your call. But I definitely think we should open that lockbox.
We need to, check everything that's in here. Let's slow down a bit, and by slow down, I don't mean slow down the pace of the game, but I mean we need to be more cautious.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you've already killed Forpert twice today, so you don't have any more cure light wound spells, I think.
No.
He's
Praderia is carrying a single
Here's
potion
good.
of healing.
Healing
Oh, so
potion.
you can do it one more time.
Okay. But let's focus on the lockbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lockbox. You gonna like pop it open with try to use your keyring?
I think
so.
so.
Good
Stand back.
All right. Who's touching the big black box of doom?
My turn by now. I haven't done this in a while.
All right. It is time. Now it is our turn to study statistical calculus. Okay. The box opens without any horrifying events of any sort. It contains 10 glass flasks containing a clear liquid, stoppered. However, these flasks are not stoppered, but rather are ampoules, which are sealed off by molten glass. The contents are completely hermetically sealed from the outside world. There are also 4 wooden sticks with lumps of paint on the end, and 6 metallic wands, which seem to be carved
That's
of
good.
brass and tipped with some kind of gilded rendition of a flame.
That could be big. I have no idea how to identify these.
Roman candles. Sorry.
That would be
Could be
scary.
any number of things.
Yeah, you don't know. These are weird. You don't know what you're not quite sure what you're looking at here.
I've only basically pack everything back up. Oh God, I hope the chests don't reactivate.
Let more cushioning in there as well.
More is happy to be cushioned in the box.
Are the sticks and stuff magical?
They don't seem to be.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, we'll just pad that out so the glass doesn't move and stuff like that, and then seal it up and take it with us.
Nice.
And the door to the north. We're gonna quickly check for traps. I think detect magic's probably faded at this point.
And there's nothing else in the laboratory that looks like stealable, right?
Well, the entire laboratory is pretty stealable. The laboratory equipment itself looks valuable, and so is the chemical feedstock, which is stocked along the walls.
Okay. So there's 15 minutes left, so I'll make the decision then. Let's call it here. Let's spend the rest of the time packing up the lab.
Yeah, okay.
And then focusing on getting all of this out and away. And then there's more left that we can do next time on DBZ.
Your civilian counterparts are the civilians who you came along to review the potential of this place for garrisoning. Are confident that, like, at some point this place is going to be a great place to serve as a bulwark against chaos. But it's definitely still infested with horrifying things based on your experiences so far, so it needs more work. That said, pretty impressed with what you found.
On our way out, there in this lab, is there any sort of wax? It's like sealing wax or anything? Candles?
Sealing wax.
Yes, you can have access. There are
any-
candles, some things you can use for sealing
Probably
wax.
just
Why do you
assume
ask?
we have
Any door that we pass, let's close, and then we'll create a tamper-proof little tamper seal.
I get you.
Nice.
So you want to be absolutely certain if anyone else has passed through.
Yeah,
the
next time we come
garrison.
back, we can tell what doors we used.
All right, I will remember this. Hopefully. On the way back to the Myrmidon, something happens.
Oh.
Reverend
Oh.
Christopher, why don't you tell us what it is?
Yeah, Finbar has become silent. Basically, he's been very, very quiet upon walking up until an ear-splitting shriek is heard from the front, and he realizes his hair has become coming out in clumps, and more horrifying to that, his fingernails have also started becoming very weak and easy to pull off. He only pulled off 2 before he realized he probably shouldn't be doing that.
Oh.
And his skin is scaling on the arms and then on the shoulders as well.
Is it scurvy? What's going on?
It's unclear. Father Bloombad, fortunately, is present and was prepared for this eventuality. As the curse that was hidden within the chest takes hold and leaves a grisly mark on Finbar, Father Bloombad begins an incantation of exorcism as he casts out the spirits of disease from Brother Finbar, bellowing in his stentorian tone to overpower the curse and the spirits of illness with the strength and force of his conviction, from which the light has shone forth from him. And poor Finbar, his symptoms begin to subside, though not before he's had himself been well and truly marked by the lingering malice of this place. Still, at least the back of his head didn't explode out and his spine didn't fly across the room. That could have been a lot worse.
Like, to imagine somehow Florbert thinks that he was the one who cured the disease afflicting Finbar. Somehow he's rationalized it to himself.
I mean, Father Bloombad's standing there doing it. I mean, he's not completely stupid.
It's up to Ross, but
he can put his pants on the right way in the morning.
I don't even know how to try to imagine that one.
Yeah, that one's too much of a stretch.
I was thinking it's funny.
He was gonna say something like, "I had a cousin that had that."
I mean, I was thinking just like, oh, it's scurvy. Get him some spruce beer. You guys have spruce,
honestly,
right?
I'm going to tell you, Glorpert did have that at one point. Remember how he had every disease? He's definitely had that one.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, this place at the edge of the world does strange things.
Especially, and it resents those who steal its treasures. So alas, poor Finbar, his hair, his lovely hair,
his flowing locks,
his mustache.
Oh no!
Yep.
It's lopsided now. He's only got the moose.
Richard told me to come up with something, and I thought, what's the most horrifying thing I can think of? And it was losing my hair and my fingernails.
Oh,
the fingernails. That was a good touch. I had to be punching.
I tried really hard to stay away from like fart humor.
Well, I was expecting things to go in a much sillier direction, so you took me off guard. Well done.
Does his mustache only grow on one side from now on? Or?
Oh no!
Oh,
permanent hair displacement. Can you imagine?
That's up to Finbar. All right. You continue your journey home, arriving in roughly a day and a half, and return 3 days after you departed on the evening of Thursday, or sorry, the morning of Thursday. In the Bristleback Inn, you take a moment to examine your findings and the treasures you have taken. The small sapphires are worth a significant sum, and the leather sack is worth a big pile of money. You have definitely found, well, not quite. The financial rewards aren't quite enough to compensate for the hassle you found, but you've also definitely found a tremendous trove of weird magical doodads, and what those are will be found soon. Thank you all very much for joining me tonight. Let me turn my head towards Roll20, and we'll figure out who is in charge next week.